Hi, I'm Lindsay.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Hannah.
Today we'll be teaching you about the powers and functions of Congress.
We went around the school asking teachers their opinions.
Hello students, today we are here with Mr. Hokinson discussing how Congress works. What does a role committee play in the legislative process?
Well, in the legislative process, the committees are an important role. They're the ones that first see the bills and they discuss them in smaller committees. And once the committee decides to approve the bill and let it out of committee, then it's able to go to the floor to be put on a calendar for a vote, either to be debated or amended or voted on.
Okay, today we are here with Ms. Teal and asking the roles of the House Rules Committee.
The House Rules Committee considers the bills reported from Policy and Fiscal Committees. They determine whether and in what order to schedule their consideration on the floor of the House.
Thank you. Go. Okay, we are back with Mr. Hokinson and asking, what is a filibuster and how is culture used to contract it?
So a filibuster is a delay tactic used in Congress where a member of Congress gets up and starts speaking and refuses to yield the floor. They try to wear everybody out and make everybody leave, and they just refuse to stop talking. Sometimes they'll just read a book for the whole time just to keep going. Cloture is used to pass a vote to stop the filibuster and override it so that a vote on the bill can be held.
Today we are with Mr. Stiganga asking what is a veto and how often are they successfully overridden?
A veto is a rejection of a proposal, and in order to override it, Congress must have a 2/3 vote in both the House and the Senate, and it only happens 1 in 5 times since 1969.
Today we're here with Ms. Ricard talking about Congress. Ms. Ricard, what are the holds and unanimous consent agreements in the Senate?
Well, isn't that a fantastic question? The holds are requests to prevent a motion from reaching a vote on the floor. Unanimous consent agreements set terms for the consideration of a certain bill or measure.
So today we're here with Ms. Stickle asking her about Congress. What are riders and how do they impact the legislative system?
While riders are put onto a bill to pass a controversial provision that would not pass on its own.
Today we are here with Coach Sterner asking him a question. What are the 4 things a president can do to a bill?
Well, a president can, number 1, they can sign and pass a bill and the bill becomes a law like Schoolhouse Rock. Number 2, they can refuse to sign the bill and veto it. Number 3, if a president doesn't sign or veto the bill within 10 days, then when Congress is in session, then it does become a law, that's true. And number 4, once Congress has ended its session and the president does not touch the bill, it is a pocket veto and it dies. And that doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes it does.
Thank you.
We also have another question for Mr. Hokinson. How could a president influence and impact the drafting of a bill?
Well, the president isn't the one who makes the laws. They do have the authority to veto a bill, and by threatening to veto a bill, it does make the members of Congress think twice about whether they should put it to the floor for a vote, because if they vote on it knowing that it's going to get vetoed, a lot of times they won't even bring it to a vote.
Thank you, Mr. Hokinson.
Thanks for watching.